Instead of just doing shit posts and old videos, I'm going to be making an actually interesting, informational meteorological video. Hope you enjoy. So the first one we're going to be looking at is the 1993 storm of the century that happened starting on March 12th, 1993 and hit the eastern United States. So this storm started in the Gulf of Mexico, and as it moved over the warm water, it got lower and lower in pressure until at its lowest it got to only 960 millibar, and the wind speed got up to 160 kilometers per hour, which I'm pretty sure is like a Category 2 hurricane. So we can call it like a Category 2 snow hurricane. Maybe we could call it like a snow-a-cane or something. I'm so creative, aren't I? So, yeah, that's pretty impressive for an extratropical cyclone already, right off the bat. So, in fourth place, we have the September 11 to 15, 1996 subtropical Great Lakes cyclone. So, a low-pressure system moved over the Great Lakes, and its pressure dropped suddenly until the wind speed got up to 120 kilometers per hour, which is almost enough for a Category 1 hurricane. However, even if it was that much wind speed, it still wouldn't be considered a hurricane because it's an extratropical cyclone, or at least mostly extratropical. However, it did bring a lot of rain to the area, up to 4 inches in some places. And if you look at it, it kind of looks like a hurricane. Maybe that's just me, though. In the number 3 place, we have the 2013 tornado in El Reno, Oklahoma. Now, this tornado was not only one of the fastest ever recorded, which was estimated by radar to be about 300 miles per hour, but it was also the widest ever recorded at over 4 kilometers wide, which, just to put into perspective, that's almost as wide as the Rocky Mountains are tall. So, this was basically the shit they were chasing at the start of the Twisters movie, and if it had hit a city, it would have caused insane amounts of devastation comparable to a very low-yield nuclear weapon. Okay, so ranked number 2 by my extremely arbitrary scale, we have the Brer storm, which formed in the North Atlantic Ocean in January of 1993. So it started out, I think, on January 8th, and moved northeast until January 9th. Well, it continued moving northeast afterwards, but on January 9th, it exploded into an extremely powerful extratropical cyclone. There's something called explosive cyclogenesis when a cyclone decreases in pressure extremely fast. At about 60 degrees north, this threshold is about 24 millibars in less than 24 hours. The Brer storm reached a minimum central pressure of only 914 millibars, which is about 44 millibars shy of the lowest pressure ever recorded on Earth outside of a tornado. It also created Category 3 hurricane-level winds of 120 miles per hour. In the number 1 spot, by my scale, but also by the lowest central pressure ever recorded in an extratropical cyclone, this is none other than the October 2022 Southern Ocean cyclone. So it started out as a little trough near Tonga, and then it moved southeast, and then on October 16th, it fucking exploded. Now, I apologize for vulgar language, but this thing underwent bombogenesis, and by, I think, the 17th, it reached less than 900 millibar in central pressure, which is only 30 millibars shy of the lowest non-tornadic pressure ever recorded in any cyclone. There's no actual data for wind speed, but from what I was able to calculate, it was at least 117 miles per hour, and it could have been as high as 152 miles per hour. And the reason I'm using miles per hour is because it's easier to apply to the Saffir-Simpson scale, which is a scale for classifying tropical and extratropical cyclones by their wind speed alone, which is not the most destructive thing about a cyclone. Generally, it's the water that is moved around and precipitated. Due to its density, water going 10 miles per hour has as much force as air going 300 miles per hour, which is among the fastest wind speeds ever recorded in the fastest tornadoes.